Hi guys, it's Katie from Team Lucky Little Learners, and this week we have some spring classroom theme ideas. Spring has sprung. Well, maybe not quite where I live, but regardless of the weather, we've got a bouquet of fresh ideas for you to implement themes into your classroom. My favorite way to teach is through themes, and spring has some of the best themes out there. Every year I've had students tell me how much they absolutely loved these themes I'm about to share with you. And I've had parents email saying, wow, my child was so excited to come to school. Thank you for making learning fun. So I'll walk you through how to work themes with your district curriculum, as well as some great ideas that my students have loved in the spring over the years. Let's get right to it. Theme number 1 is bugs, and students either love bugs and love investigating all things bugs, or they love to be creeped out by them. Before we get into some example activities for this theme, let me show you how I run my themes. The way I fit these themes in with my curriculum is I use a little bit of extra time at the end of my literacy block. This could also be during my small groups or my morning time. My morning work will be themed. During my snack break, I read these read-alouds that go along with the theme, and I can do some cross-curricular activities during science and social studies. Every theme I have throughout the year, I came up with by laying out our district curriculum and coming up with a theme that went with the weekly story and usually went with the season. I put these little labels on the drawer for organization, and inside of these drawers I've got books that I'm going to use, little decorations I might set out or put on my bulletin board. I've got literacy activities and some math activities, as well as some games tucked in here. Anything that can make the theme fun. These drawers do grow over the years, and I add things as I find them. Some things we're going to do for Bug Week this year will be incorporating them into our math station. We're going to practice addition, and I'm going to have these little task cards hidden around the room. We're going to introduce this poem called the Bug's Bed poem, and we're going to do the activities. This will be our morning work for the week. We will incorporate it into our writing and reading, like I mentioned earlier, through small group work. It could be our stations work. I usually throw my themed work into independent work. And we're also going to do during science and social, we will each be choosing a bug and investigating their life cycle. Life cycles will be coming up again in a little bit. Using a theme just ties everything together and gets the students excited for learning. Theme number 2 is weather. Students love investigating the weather, and they love the idea of becoming junior meteorologists. And so that is exactly what we will do with this theme. This can tie into science standards. You're going to start this week by checking the temperature each morning and having students graph it on a graph similar to this. I just made this one right in Canva and printed it out for my students. I'm also going to use some digital teaching slides to help guide my lesson, as well as a lesson plan. No use in reinventing the wheel, right? This stuff is already out there ready for you. I will work on how to read a thermometer. Once we have learned how to do this, we're going to actually take thermometers outside or post one outside the classroom window so students can practice reading that. Reading a thermometer is a great skill to practice that ties into some math standards. We will also research the climate in our region. I like to use Kindle for this or Epic Books. Really quick, before I move on, I want to tell you in the description is a link that leads to a $1 trial for our teacher membership site. All Access is our membership site with over 20,000 resources that are available just to click, print, and teach. We've done the heavy lifting for you. You get to do the fun part. This next theme is loved by students and can actually help produce something tangible when the theme is done. Theme number 3 is plants and seeds, and students also love learning about this. There are so many different things you can do to incorporate this theme, and this theme can also be used throughout a few months if you decide to plant some actual seeds. So idea number 1 with plants is to study it. I take the first couple days of my plants theme and I use these digital teaching slides with this lesson plan to help guide my plant unit and get it up off the ground. I will do some reading passages. We will study the native plants around us. This could include Kindle and Epic Books, or even just going on a nature walk and finding plants that are thriving in your area. I also like to use this plant lap book. We will complete this throughout a week, probably the week before we plant our plants. It has vocab cards, diagrams, and I love these little mini readers. Plant idea number 2 is read about it. We're going to use some reading passages, some read alouds. This can be done during your morning meeting. This can be done during snack time or your science block, or even tagged onto the end of your literacy block. Plant idea number 3 is we're going to craft it. We have 3D flowers or even this flower bouquet. Plant idea number 4, actually plant some seeds. This can be done in a couple different ways, whatever works best for your classroom environment. If you have some great natural light coming into your windows, you can try the bean seeds in a bag activity. Take a look at this being done in this video clip. For this activity, you're going to have students color their shop front, cut it out, including the middle section, take a damp paper cloth and fold it to fit in the bag, and just lay your seeds spaced out on the paper towel. We'll tape the storefront on, tape it to a window, and observe changes throughout time. You can also just plant some plants in this kind of like a little makeshift greenhouse and grow them right on a windowsill or under a grow light. And plant idea number 5 is to make an entire day of it with a garden classroom transformation. Take a look at these ideas. You can incorporate this throughout your entire day. Math, reading, writing, snack, social studies, science, everything. We're talking an entire fun day experience that your students will never forget. Theme number 4 is life cycles. And we tapped into this a little bit before, where I usually have my students study a bug the last day of our bug week and talk about the life cycle of that bug. Now we're taking life cycles and spending an entire weekly theme on it. So let's cycle through these ideas. Do you see what I did there? Life cycle idea number 1, like all of the rest of the themes, is to read about it. Find some great read alouds that show the life cycle of plants and animals. Life cycle idea number 2, again, we're going to research our theme. I love this life cycle template. And what we did in my school is we picked an animal that was at the local zoo because we had a field trip there at the end of the school year. But even if you don't have a field trip like this, you could use your local zoo and their website listing all the animals there, because if students ever do get there, they'll be very excited to see their animal they researched. The best tools I have found for the life cycle research is Epic, Kids Nat Geo, and Kiddle.co for the search engine. Life cycle idea number 3 is to craft it. And this is a craft I did every single year of my teaching career, and I'm very excited to share it with you. I love this life cycle of a butterfly craft. It's very simple. You just need a paper plate, something to color with, some glue, and some pasta. So what I do is split the plate into 4 sections. In one section, we are going to draw a simple leaf. In the next section, I just like to add a little bit of green grass. Then I'm going to add a little sun in the corner. I'm going to add just a branch in this one. And in the last section, I'm just going to add a sunshine. Add the pasta in and you have a life cycle of a butterfly. Life cycle idea number 4, observe. In the past, I have grown mealworms to observe their life cycle. They're very easy to get. You can even get them through the mail. You can also do caterpillars in one of those really cute green butterfly nets, or simply use plants, which are probably the easiest life cycle to observe because those seeds are easy to obtain. Life cycle idea number 5 is to make it a whole cross-curricular experience, and I like to do this through math. So let me walk you through an apple blossom life cycle lesson that actually ties right in with some math skills. I love this lesson because not only does it touch on life cycle of an apple, it's working on early multiplication, which is perfect for the springtime of the year. And it even plays a 4 corners game that has to do with the life cycle of apple blossoms. How fun. Another great thing to do is just take your learning outside. So here is my grab and go out bag that I use when I bring my kids outside. I bring a class set of pencils, a pencil sharpener, of course, some whiteboards, some whiteboard markers. I love that these have erasers on the end. I bring some clipboards, and we can do basically anything outside. I do have some special outside activities that I have found in All Access that I like to print out, but you can even just have your students read outside. You can use outdoor math manipulatives. You can do place value outside. You can use natural found things even for your manipulatives. Outdoor learning can be very easy and it is lots of fun. So I highly recommend that as another spring theme. Just take your kids outside once in a while. There you have it. Those are my top springtime themes I've used in my classroom throughout my years of teaching that students have loved and parents have even gushed about. Do you have any other spring things you love to do in your classroom? Leave them in the comments below. And as always, happy teaching! Now, check out these 2 videos and be sure to like and subscribe to never miss any teaching tips and tricks.